Hey, what's going on, and welcome to today's video. I'm here with Dr. Rich Collin, and today we're going to be going over what does a sports chiropractor actually do. So stay tuned and we'll get into it in today's video. Alright, thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome back. If you don't know me by now, my name is Frank. I'm a certified personal trainer and fitness nutrition specialist with my three main goals of helping you feel, move, and look better through mobility, training, and nutrition. And Dr. Rich, pleasure to have you. Awesome.
Pleasure to be here.
Hey, I wanted to introduce you to my man, Dr. Rich. He's helped me out so much over the years, helping me reduce back pain and keep my spine in my alignment. So I wanted to share with you today, what does a chiropractor or even a sports chiropractor actually do?
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, here at Collin Chiropractic, the big difference between a traditional family chiropractor and a sports chiropractor is just that we look at sports injuries slightly differently. We like to go more global. If you go to a normal chiropractor and say, hey, doc, my elbow hurts, they're going to check the elbow.
Right.
Where a lot of the times what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, first off, all right, what are you doing? Sport matters. The exercise matters. Is it overuse? Are you losing velocity? What's going on? We work a lot with baseball, softball, overhead athletes here.
Okay.
What we would look for is when you're standing, you're thinking, I'm going to press off. All the kinetic force when you throw a ball comes from your feet. All the throwing athletes know they got to have strong legs, and why that is so when we push, all the force starts from the ground, it goes through your ankle, so we got to make sure that ankle works.
Right.
If the ankle's not stable, you've lost kinetic force, you've already lost velocity before it even starts to throw.
Yeah.
We're going to go up through the knee. We got to make sure that the IT bands and all those thigh muscles are balanced. That's where you come in. You know, I know you work well with your clients for stretching, balancing, all of that. Make sure that nothing's bound up there. That force has to come through. Then you want to make sure that you've got a strong core. They always say that the can can't be bent. You're working with core with these people. We do a lot of stretching as well. Make sure the rib cage is solid. All of that is a potential to lose velocity from pushing off.
Got it.
We haven't even gotten to the elbow yet. That's again where this is so different, is we're looking globally. Now the force has come to the shoulder. There's all kinds of stuff that can go wrong with the shoulder. You know, shoulders are just nothing, I always say, it's nothing but ropes and pulleys. We're only attached at the AC joint in here. We gotta make sure that all of this is balanced. Are you using the right trainer? Are you doing the right exercises to make sure that your chest, your back, all of that is balanced? Now we've gotten to the elbow. I'll check the elbow. 3/4 of the time, there's nothing even wrong with the elbow by the time we get there. The person was overcompensating, trying to snap through because their hip isn't working.
Yeah.
That's a really good example of one particular thing that we would do for sports chiropractic versus just going to a traditional chiropractor.
I guess you pretty much already answered that. That's the biggest difference between a sports chiropractor and a regular, like a family chiropractic, is just that you look at everything more globally rather than just an isolated part. Like if they came in for, hey, my shoulder has an issue, like you said, well, hey, let me look at your ankles, knees, and hips and see if that addresses the pain point.
You know, and most sports chiropractors have been athletes themselves, so we understand the demand that has gone through the body, you know, the amount of effort, the forces that we put through all of that. But then, yes, it's specifically looking at what could else you have done. I almost call it contrarian play of why is it not your elbow? What else is going on? Because the elbow is a simple hinge. Knee pain, elbow pain are very common problems to have, where almost always it's an additional torque that's been put on them, not the elbow themselves that's the problem. So we're looking shoulders, we're looking wrists for elbows, we're looking hips, we're looking ankles for knee problems.
Okay. The last thing I'll ask is, whenever someone comes in for a chiropractic visit, is there a small assessment that you do before you just start cracking their back and tapping on joints and things like that?
Absolutely. You know, and I love that question, Frank, because it's, you know, everyone's always like, you know, what do you look for when you go to a chiropractor? I'm like, well, you know, if I'm hit by a bus, what I would do to replace me, you know, is if the first thing that you get from them is your face down on the table and they're cracking away, you need to find a different chiropractor. We're being very specific with what we do here. When you come in, you're getting a functional assessment. I'm watching you move. We're doing tests. We're seeing what can you actually do, because a lot of the times just by watching your posture, I'm like, all right, well, you're like, right. You know, the first thing that I look at is, where's your hands? If I've got an athlete that they walk in and they're talking to me like this, they need to see Frank, and we got to get to doing some stretches to get that back. You know, absolutely. Yeah. Because if you're not balanced here, there's no way you're going to throw a ball appropriately.
Cool. I hope that covered it for you. So that's what I wanted to talk about today on what does a chiropractor actually do and versus a family chiropractic versus a sports chiropractor. So hopefully that information helped. I'm going to link Dr. Rich's info all the way down in the description. So if you'd like to see him, and if you're into Sugar Hill, Johns Creek, Suwanee, Buford area, or even in Atlanta, he has patients that drive all the way down to see him from there. And maybe even if you're out of town and you want to fly in, he is really one of the best guys to come and see. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. And again, if you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe. Smash that notification bell so you never miss any of my latest content. And stay tuned because I'll be doing more videos with Dr. Rich explaining everything about chiropractic, sports chiropractic, and how all this works and what it feels like. So stay tuned and I'll see you in the next one.
You let me in, yeah. I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely.